Hey girls, today is a recording because there's no live button choice on my Facebook, but we're gonna keep plugging through. This is a good video today. I'm doing tons of research for you and I'm learning, I'm a nerd, I love to learn, on emotional eating. And this is the thing today, and if it's you, listen to me. If you're somebody who says, I have no idea why I'm successful in all these other areas of my life. I can think clearly in all these other areas of my life. I have self-control in all these other areas of my life. But this one pocket of food and eating, I got nothing and I don't know why. And this is the phrase I hear all the time. And you're mystified by this. You say, I just sabotage myself and I don't know why. I constantly sabotage myself. If that is you, today is your day because I'm going to give you 2 culprits, as in like villains, as to why you're doing what you're doing to yourself. So let's peel that apart. By the end of today, you're going to have some clarity. If you peel that apart, listen, there isn't ever just one of you. There's not just one of me. Let's take myself. I'm a nurse. I'm a coach. I am an athlete. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a homemaker. I'm a manual laborer. I love to dig in the dirt and like chop things and whatever outside. So there's all these different roles and archetypes, we would call them, that each of us have inside of us. So when you're saying, I always just sabotage myself, really, it goes much, much deeper than just you doing you, right? So now what we say is, what part of myself is the saboteur? And this is what you have to know. There's 5 million roles that you play, 5 million archetypes that we can't get into, but there are 2 that when I do research on emotional eating, they kept coming up over and over and over. The first one that is inside of me and inside of you, and sometimes it takes a little bit more to pull out than others. We all sound like we have multiple personality disorder, but we kind of do. And in others, it's right on the surface, and that is this, archetype 1. You are not the boss of me. I'm going to do exactly what I want. My doctor is not the boss of me. My husband is not the boss of me. My boss, my coach, no one's the boss of me, not even me. Ding. So that's the first, and we're going to call her the rebel. Now, some people walk around as the rebel all the time. Right? And some of us, it takes a lot. It takes me, actually. You can boss me around quite a bit. I'm in a family where my big sister was the boss of me, and I didn't have a problem with it. So for me, it takes a lot to get me to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm the boss, So that's number 1, the rebel. Number 2, the child. And that is, let's go positive. Children can be loving and fun and carefree and funny and cute and playful, but they can also be brats. And they can also want what they want right now, and don't tell me no. And if you tell me no, I'm going to feel sorry for myself and cry and whine and cause trouble for you, right? So the child tends to be the one that opens the fridge to make a salad and says, I want ice cream. And then you're like, okay, let's have ice cream. No salad for you, right? So the rebel and the child. So let's play like we're live, okay? While you're watching this, put in the comments if you can, are you the rebel or the child? Which one? And listen, there's probably 10 different dominant archetypes inside of each of us, but let's just play with these 2 because they're the 2 that come to the surface a lot when it comes to eating. So the rebel, you're not the boss of me. The child, give me what I want because I'm a brat. But listen, and this is where the solution comes in for you. The solution is that there is a third archetype, and she is the queen. There's a queen inside of you. She's an adult. She has authority. She knows with clarity, usually, what needs to happen and not happen. She succeeds. She's successful at work. She's successful in her marriage. She's successful in her home. So you have a rebel, likely, on some level. You have a child. We all do. But you also, girl, you listen to me. You have an adult in you. You have a queen in you. And that's why I put that little picture that I love so much, adjust your crown and deal with it. And that's what has to happen. So let's talk about the solution. One of the solutions to emotional eating is, number one, when I say there is a queen in you, if you're like, what? Listen to me, because it's the truth. If you don't like the queen phraseology, there's an adult woman inside of you that knows how to do the right thing. And the first step is to get in touch with her. Okay, look at the other pockets of your life where you're highly successful. How are you thinking? How are you moving? How are you relating to the other people in your life? What are your habits like? What do you do in that area when you don't feel like doing anything? Are you not going to work when you don't feel like it? So no, identify, first of all, with that queen, that adult, that whole, healthy, strong, intelligent woman inside of you. Number two, you need to then identify what personality manifests. We really do sound crazy when you're triggered. So you're triggered. Is this the child? And if you can identify other archetypes in yourself, do it. So when you feel it coming on, you're driving home from a long day of work and you're like, when I get home, it is me and a bucket of ice cream, sister. So when you start to know that you're triggered, what I want you to do is center yourself on that adult, whole, intelligent, successful queen and decide, okay, wait, who's trying to bully me? Is this my brat child that needs to be disciplined? Or is this the rebel trying to take over my authority? And then what I want you to do is to be kind to them. Because remember, people with true authority don't have to scream and yell and be rude and mean and whatever and controlling. They need to solve the problem. So what does your child need? Is your child acting up because it's exhausted? Is your child and you acting up because somebody hurt your feelings, right? And then what I want you to do is ask yourself, what can I give that child in me that's kind of being a brat right now, that isn't a bucket of ice cream? Identify the trigger is really what we're talking about. Number two, the rebel. What is she feeling? Did she feel controlled all day long? So now she's lashing out. You're not the boss of me. And where can you give that part of yourself, the rebel in you, more control that doesn't include, drinking Cheez-Its out of the box in the pantry, right? Or gorging on an entire pizza by herself, right? Because the rebel and the child, when they take over because the queen has checked out, they ruin your life. They ruin your health. They send you straight to shame, right? So center yourself on the queen in you, number one. Number two, identify who's trying to bully the queen, right? When you get to one of in this scenario, two options, what does the child need? What does the rebel need, right? It's actually it's deep, but it's pretty darn simple. If you can identify which parts of yourself are lashing out and how to head that off at the past and the future, binging will stop. It really will. Because then you can go, okay, wait, that happened last time and it was the same trigger. So this time what I'm going to do is XYZ. And you get a strategy together for each of those scenarios. And again, if you have other scenarios, let me know. I would love to know if it's more than a child and a rebel, DM me or put it in the comments so other people can identify with that. So that's the recap, but let's also recap what we talked about earlier. And that is, and it's so important, remember, food is a place that you go to when you're feeling a certain way and you haven't figured out how to cope with that feeling in a healthier way, right? So we've decided food is a place. Number two, we're taking the morality out of food. There is no good food. There is no bad food. There's just food. And there is a queen, an adult, that can eat whatever she wants because she knows what it is to be healthy. And she knows she knows when to give the child, give her an ice cream cone occasionally, right? Or the rebel, give the rebel what she needs occasionally. But either way, no good food or bad food, there's just food, and a healthy adult woman, intelligent, in control, that knows when it's time for extra carbs and sweet stuff, and when it's time to rope it in because she doesn't feel good when she eats that way all the time, right? So take the morality out of the food, and then really be aware. I want you, if the whole queen adult thing is weird to you, then you have work to do in that pocket. I want you to really go, oh, okay, again, this is a recap. Look at all the other areas of your life where you are succeeding and figure out who you are there, because that's the true you, the girl that knows how to control herself, that knows how to think clearly and make good decisions. That's really who you are. That's the most whole version of yourself brought into the world. So look at those areas where you're succeeding, and then figure out why it is that she goes out the window and when she goes out the window, and just develop an awareness and how to carry that whole part of who you are into all the areas of your life, right? So, look, you're not alone. I've got a big fat brat that lives in me. I've got a rebel that lives in me. I have, and I have a queen that lives in me. And sometimes she takes authority and sometimes she doesn't. We're all in this together. But let this word picture of having a split personality, of having 3 different personalities inside of you, let it help you. It's psychology. I've read it in more than a couple of places from really high level doctors that study this stuff and that know this stuff way deeper than me. And I just wanted to relay that to you, to give you empowerment, to make you feel like, A, I understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, and B, I know how to fix it now. So center yourself on the queen, get your authority, and carry it into every other area of your life. And listen, I'm here. If you need a 10-minute strategy call, we're going to sit down together for 10 minutes and get something together for you where you feel like you can move forward doing this deep work, honestly, so that you can give yourself your power back and not feel like you're constantly being overpowered by a brat or a rebel telling you what to do all the time. So you got this. So many of you are making incredible progress, and I love it. DM me, tell me what your progress is too. I would love to know that. And then again, sorry, this isn't a live video. I don't know what the heck Facebook is doing, but I love it that it's not my fault. So let me know what you need. Have a great day, and we'll chat soon. See ya. Bye.